Anthony, already destined to be a flop for Manchester United.
Anthony.
Most expensive mistake in our history.
Last season, Anthony played 29 games, right? And the only team he managed to score or assist against was Newport County. Yes, Newport County. They're in the 4th tier of English football, and he did that in the FA Cup. Like, come on, that's not what United paid big bucks for. Remember, United shelled out a whopping €95 million for this guy back in August 2022. And at that time, he was just 20 years old, and that price tag made him the 13th most expensive player in history. So the big question is, what really went down with Anthony? The first big question that comes to mind is, besides not being English, why is Anthony so hated? Some guys even said that he is not made to play football. So one-footed that he passes and crosses with the outside of his left and uses his right. He's no Iron Robin. So one-footed that he's easy to defend against because you know he's not going to take you on the outside. Kills attacks because his passing isn't incisive. He always just passes it back inwards rather than progressing. Cuts in and shoots, and of course misses, which turns over play. These are the phrases you often hear from United fans when they talk about Anthony. But is he really that bad? Anthony isn't necessarily a flop himself. It's like United took this promising player and dropped him into a situation he wasn't ready for. He's become the face of all the struggles at Old Trafford, the symbol of their missteps. And it's not just about Anthony. He's like a mirror reflecting all the past mistakes United have made. Just when they're hoping for a fresh start, Anthony's struggles remind everyone of the old mess-ups. But it wasn't always like this. Anthony's journey started when he joined the academy at Sao Paulo FC at 14. Now, Sao Paulo is one of the biggest clubs in Brazil, producing legends like Cafu, Kaká, and even his Manchester United teammate Casemiro. But Anthony's time there wasn't easy. He used to show up to training after school on an empty stomach because he couldn't afford to eat. Tough times, right? In 2019, Anthony led Sao Paulo to victory in one of the city's biggest youth football competitions, the Copinha. He scored in the final against Vasco da Gama and was named player of the tournament. That same year, he made waves in the first team, helping them reach the final of the Sao Paulo State Championship. Anthony even scored in the second leg of the final against Corinthians, although they lost 2-1. He played in front of 44,000 fans and on live TV, but after the match, he went back to his home in the favela in Inferninho. A resident saw him and said, "I just saw you on TV. What are you doing here?" And Anthony replied, "Brother, I live here." It wasn't long before European clubs noticed him. Borussia Dortmund showed interest, but Ajax with Erik ten Hag as coach struck first. They signed Anthony in February 2020 for £13 million plus another £5 million in add-ons. During the coronavirus lockdowns, Anthony bulked up, gaining 7 kilograms of muscle. By the time he moved to Amsterdam for the 2020-21 season, he was faster and stronger. He had a killer start, scoring 9 goals in his first 19 games in all competitions. At the end of his first season with Ajax, Anthony was picked for Brazil's under-23 squad for the Tokyo Olympics. He was one of the stars, starting every match and helping his team reach the final against Spain. In the final, he set up the winning goal for Malcolm in a 2-1 extra-time victory. That performance earned him a call-up to the senior team for World Cup qualifiers, and he scored on his debut in a 3-1 win over Venezuela. Anthony's second season with Ajax was even better. He shined in the Champions League group stage, but Ajax won all 6 matches. He scored against Dortmund and Sporting CP and set up 4 goals. He ended the season with 12 goals and 10 assists, helping Ajax retain the Eredivisie title and reach the KNVB Cup final, where they lost to PSV. And then United came calling with a big bag in their hands. But if Anthony had joined for like £10 to £20 million and still performed so badly, he would not get this hate. Well, that huge fee was not his fault. So get this, Manchester United's own recruitment folks put a price tag of £25 million on Anthony when he was strutting his stuff at Ajax. Turns out, Anthony wasn't a golden goose United scouts thought he was. They even rated Anthony Elanga, another winger, as more productive. Crazy, right? Along comes Erik ten Hag, the new boss at United in 2022, and he's got his eyes set on Anthony. Meanwhile, Elanga gets shipped off to Nottingham Forest, and guess what? He's tearing it up there, scoring goals, making assists, the whole shebang. Oh, and he even sticks it to United by scoring against them. Now, back to Anthony. Ajax initially wanted around 60 million euros for him, but United's negotiators were like, nah, we're out. But then they came crawling back later, only to find out Ajax now want a whopping 95 million euros. Ten Hag is practically begging for Antony, and United, feeling the pressure, cough up the cash. 3 times what their own team valued him at. I mean, who does that? When Ten Hag and Antony reunited in Manchester, Ten Hag put his trust in him right away. And boom, Antony delivered. He scored 3 times in his first 3 league appearances that month. Everyone was hyped. But here's the twist. People knew that hot streak might not last forever, but no one expected Antony to cool off so much. After that, he only scored 5 more times across all competitions for the rest of the season. Despite his struggles, Ten Hag kept faith in him, playing him in 44 games during that debut season, with Antony starting in all but 5 of those matches. And things changed. Antony's been benched in United's last 9 league games. He didn't even get on the pitch in the away wins against Aston Villa and Luton Town. In the other 7 games, he only played for 50 minutes, plus some stoppage time. The lowest point came in the recent 2-1 defeat against Fulham at Old Trafford. With Rasmus Højlund out injured, you'd think Antony would get a shot, right? Nope, Ten Hag chose Amari Forson, a 19-year-old academy kid making his first senior start over him. And later, when United needed a spark, Ten Hag brought on Amad Diallo for just his 2nd Premier League appearance in almost 3 years. Antony finally got on the field in the 9th minute of added time, right after Fulham scored their winner, and had to play left back on his 24th birthday. So, why did Ten Hag drop him? Simple. Antony hasn't been playing well enough. Even though Ten Hag has always backed him, he couldn't ignore the lack of performance anymore. Antony knows this too. He's admitted he hasn't shown the consistency needed to keep a starting spot since coming back to training last September. And it's been a rough ride for Antony off the field as well. His ex, Gabriela Cavallin, accused him of attacking her 3 times, including an incident where he allegedly assaulted her in a car while she was pregnant. She also claimed he headbutted and punched her in a hotel room in Manchester, damaging a breast implant and injuring her finger in another accident. Antony has denied all these allegations, as well as other claims by 2 other women. While on international duty in Brazil, Antony was dropped from their squad when these allegations surfaced. United gave him some time off to handle the situation. He returned to the UK later that month and even had an interview with Greater Manchester Police. After almost 3 weeks away, he came back to Carrington and resumed training. And then there was the Champions League showdown against Bayern Munich. It was do or die for United, but man did they come up short. And guess who got caught in the spotlight? Antony. Antony came up face to face with Alphonso Davies on numerous occasions. At one point, the 23-year-old did a couple of mini stepovers, and then Antony pulled off a fancy move, or at least he tried to. But instead of leaving Davies in the dust, he ends up handing the ball over for a throw-in. United fans were fuming. One of them straight up said, "I've never disliked a footballer so much in my life." And if that wasn't brutal enough, another fan questioned if Antony was even Brazilian. Andy Ashley Cole straight up said he wouldn't want to be Antony's teammate at United. And guess what? Antony had a chance to prove him wrong in a big League Cup match against Newcastle United. But man did he fall flat. Antony started the game, but it was like he was invisible out there. United ended up crashing out of the competition with a dismal 3-0 loss. And Antony? Well, let's just say he didn't exactly light up the scoreboard. Word on the street is that United's ready to hit the panic button and listen to offers for this £86 million investment. Yep, cut price offers might be on the table. Unless Antony pulls a rabbit out of the hat and starts banging in goals left, right and centre, his days at Old Trafford could be numbered, especially with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's arrival at the club. It's like a ticking time bomb for Antony's career. Erik Ten Hag, who knows Antony from their Ajax days, hasn't thrown in the towel just yet. He's still banking on unlocking Antony's potential and turning things around. Antony's got one shot, one chance to prove he's worth every penny United spent on him. Now, don't get me wrong, Antony's not been a total flop at United. He's had his moments. Let's just say he hasn't set the world on fire. Personally, I reckon Antony's got some work to do. He's got to up his game, think faster and show some more guts on the pitch. Dude's got talent, no doubt about it, but he's got to believe in himself more. United didn't splash all that cash for nothing, right? I think Antony's Manchester United saga is far from over. And if there is one thing you need to know, it's what no one is telling you about Hansi Flick, the new man at FC Barcelona. Watch it now.